seen a Kroger store look like this, or even a super Kroger, a Kroger marketplace that looks like this, filled to the brim with specialty deli, bakery, cheese shop, restaurant, Starbucks, all the things, full service grocery store at Kroger. Like, you're probably used to this kind of thing, right? Well, have you ever seen a Kroger that looks quite like this one? Probably not. This place is one of a kind, so unique, so cool, and I can't wait to share it with you today. Hi everyone, and welcome to Ohio Valley Couponer. Today we are heading to Mcconnelsville, Ohio to take a look at the smallest Kroger in existence. A quick little backstory on Mcconnelsville. Mcconnelsville is a small little town. It borders across a neighboring village called Malta, and it kind of sits in between two bigger cities, like not big cities, but you know, bigger than this, Zanesville and Marietta. So it's kind of out there, not really a whole lot around it, but they have the smallest Kroger in existence, which is a lot of fun. So I think the reason that the store does so well is due to the fact it's a smaller town. There's not a whole lot else. There's a Save-A-Lot grocery store, but if you've ever been in a Save-A-Lot, you really don't save that much. They're pretty expensive. And Kroger here does the same sales that Kroger everywhere does, which is really, really cool. So anyway, guys, we're going to head on in here and look at the Mcconnelsville Kroger. This footage is from my previous trip. I went here a couple years back. I did a video, and I felt like it deserved another video because some of you guys may have never been here when I first did this video. My channel's grew a lot since then, and I wanted to kind of give a different light on this. Because I got a lot of feedback from locals kind of sharing their tips and how the store and everything means to them, what it means to them. So I kind of wanted to give an updated perspective on it. So let's head on in and look at the Mcconnelsville Kroger. This store is so creative. It's a tiny little store. It actually used to be a car dealership. A lot of the locals said this used to be a car dealership turned into a Kroger. And they just are able to get a lot of stuff in here. So like they put the bread all along the back wall there. And, well, I guess not the back wall, but it's like a wall along the store. And then this back wall is filled with produce. So in a lot of our stores, we have like produce tables and huge produce sections. And no, honestly, the produce section at my Kroger with like the bakery and all that is literally probably the size of this entire store, which is so wild. So bread and pickles and deli things, there is no deli in this store. There is a guy who goes to the back, somebody commented, and they slice up meat and they do sell it in like a grab and go case, but there is no actual deli counter in the store. As you can see here, it's really cool. They put a lot of things underneath shelves, so like the produce. They have cookies and Capri Suns and juice, like they put it underneath the shelf in this store, so like saltines and all that stuff. So they have to get really, really creative how they organize things, but they make it happen. They put a lot of things in the store for being such a smaller store, and they have organic and all that stuff. They're able to fit it in here, which is wild. As you can see, they got drinks, so they couldn't fit all the drinks on that shelf. That's why they put some of it underneath the produce. I will say they don't have as many of the national brands and things as we might see. Like at my Kroger, you would go there and you'd see a ton of different brands of K-Cups. Here you might not see as many. They're going to pick more of the most popular brands and put them in the store because they just, quite frankly, don't have the shelf room for every single brand. So like the shredded cheese. My store has tons more shredded cheese than this one. They just don't have the room here. And they even have coupons because coupons are awesome, right? Even though they don't actually have the brand that coupon was for, they did have coupons. So it's just really amazing how they make this work. They have smaller selections of products, but they're able to squeeze so many products in here. So they're picking those most popular brands and putting it in the store. So like the chicken, my store has like a whole entire section of frozen chicken here. They had to pick the most popular brands, which in that case was the Kroger brand, and just have it in a little case, which was really cool. So like I said, there is no official deli, so they just kind of squeeze what they can in here. You know, they do stock several different brands, which is amazing, as you can see there. A lot of natural organics, really awesome. So I'm going to keep letting it kind of go through and kind of talk about the history and stuff like that, kind of what's gone down. So this store has actually been here a really long time. I mean, look at that sign on the front. That just screams like super vintage. So this Kroger's been here a long time, but it truly is amazing how they're able to get all these things squeezed on the shelf. I just can't get past that. That is so cool. whoever stocks these shelves deserves a medal, a gold medal in organization, because they do such a good job. But anyway, there's been a couple things. It's been here for a while. The store's been a very, very big beacon in the community. The nearest grocery store to here, other than to Save a Lot, is Duncan Falls, which is a little town, I don't know, 20 minutes away, has a Campbell's store. And then in Beverly, which is probably another half hour away, they have an IGA. So there's really not that, there's not a Walmart for miles, people. Not a Walmart for miles. So you kind of got to make do with what you got. And this Kroger does a good job. As you can see, that they have the Pyrex products, things like that. So a few years ago, there actually was a rumor on Facebook. Somebody had posted, I don't know how legit this is, but this is what they were told from the Kroger Corporation. Apparently the store was set to close. Somebody asked, oh, have you ever considered building a bigger Kroger here? And instead of saying they were maybe going to build a bigger one, they just said they were going to shut the whole thing down. So that upset a lot of people. People were going to Kroger Corporate and being like, hey, we really need this store. Don't shut it down. And they actually didn't. It's still there. I have seen rumors of possibly them building a bigger one. But as of right now, it is still this little tiny Kroger, so there's that. But honestly, it gets the job done. So as you can see here, there's 2 checkout lines and 2 self-checkouts. So 2 self-checkouts, 2 checkout lines, and one of the checkout lines is actually a customer service, bill pay, Western Union, that kind of thing. So literally there's 1 official checkout line and a customer service line and 2 self-checkouts, which is so cool. I honestly gotta say, I love this Kroger so much. If I lived here, I would actually have no problem shopping here. They even carry a lot of the fancier cleaners like Miss Myers, stuff like that. They really do a great job. Yeah, are the aisles a little more narrow? They are. Yeah, did they not have as much, there's the body wash kind of crammed with the cleaning supplies? Yeah, did they not have as much as other Krogers? Sure. But do they do an awesome job? They really do, and it's a pretty pleasant store. As you can see, they have mega sale tags. They do the mega events. They follow the same exact sales as Kroger, which is so cool. But there's definitely, a noticeable difference. There's less products. That was all the pads and stuff. My Kroger has an entire aisle, not a whole aisle, half aisle just of pads and liners and those things. It's so wild. So if you lived here and you couponed, you might run into some snags, not being able to find the exact products for the coupon. But you could really get a lot here. I feel like you could. I really do feel like you could. A lot of the locals have told me how much they love this store, and that if they don't have a particular product in, they will special order that for them, which is so nice. I think that's awesome. So right there is the frozen department. That's it. That's the entire frozen department. My store has 5 or 6 aisles just of frozen food, and here, there's 1, which is awesome. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. They got a little overflow frozen here with the frozen pizzas, things like that. It's just so surreal. So surreal. It kind of reminds you of a mom and pop grocery store a little bit compared to a Kroger. But hey, I have no problem with it. So lots of good stuff. Overall, my thoughts about this Kroger is that they make it work. I wouldn't have been able to. There's no way that I could have crammed that many products in a store up there. See, they have a lot of holiday candies and things, but it takes a lot of strategic effort, strategic planning to make that happen. They have to very meticulously figure out where they're going to put stuff, and they make it happen. The Mcconnelsville Kroger, I think, is perfect for this community. It's a smaller community. A lot of them are really used to not having the big stores anyway, so I think that this kind of hometown smaller store probably is what they're all used to. They've even said customers have been able to go up and say, hey, could you special order this particular laundry detergent? And they'll do it for them, which is just so sweet. So yeah, it's a smaller store, but in a way, I would actually like a little bit of a smaller store at times, because sometimes these enormous stores can be overwhelming, and to have a small store like this, isn't the worst thing. As you can see that they do have a grab and go deli. They don't have an actual deli department, but somebody in the back does go and do the deli meat and stuff and have it available for purchase. So I honestly have no complaints. I think this Kroger is awesome. They do a really good job of fitting everything. It might be a little bit different than a big Kroger if that's what you're used to, but hey, they make it happen, and you pretty much can get what you need at this store. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little small Kroger tour, and thank you so much for watching.